Ginny Creek runs into the Klamath River in country no living salmon had ever seen. For more than 100 years, 4 dams stood between that creek and the ocean. And for more than 100 years, the fish swam upstream, hit a wall of concrete, and stopped. Last October, the last of those dams came out, the largest dam removal in the history of the United States. And this fall, 1 year later, biologists went up to Ginny Creek to see if anything had changed. They counted 211 adult Chinook salmon spawning. Nobody put them there. I'm Naomi, and this is the Good News Desk. And it was not just Ginny Creek. In nearby Shovel Creek, biologists counted 327 more adult Chinook. Add them up, 538 salmon, spawning in waters that were sealed off before your grandparents were born. Here is the part that gives me chills. Honestly, nobody carried these fish upstream in a truck. Nobody reintroduced a population. The barrier simply came down, and 538 salmon did what their kind has done since before there was a California. They read the current and they followed it home. These are the first salmon to reach these creeks in over a century, and they found the door the moment it opened. And the creeks are not a fluke, because the whole river had a banner year. Fisheries managers measure something called natural area escapement, which is just the number of adult salmon that make it back to wild spawning grounds, not hatcheries. The forecast for this run was about 19,000 fish. The actual count came in at 39,860. That is 205% of the prediction, more than double what anyone expected. In the first full year, the river ran free. When you take 100 years of concrete out of a river, you do not just reopen a creek, you reopen a system. And the system answers faster than the forecasts dared to guess. Now, the honest size of this, in one breath, because good news deserves precision too. 538 salmon in 2 creeks is a foothold, not a finished recovery. Some of the wider run's fish come from hatcheries, not the wild. And crucially, salmon live on about a 4-year cycle. So the real test, whether these pioneers produce babies that come back and do it again, will not be answered until around 2030. This is the beginning of a comeback, not the end of one. But that is exactly why it counts. The hard, expensive, unglamorous part, taking out the dams, is done. And on the very first try, the fish showed up to prove it was worth doing. So here is what I am keeping from tonight. For 100 years, we told a river no. 1 year ago, we finally said yes. We took the wall down, and we waited to see if anyone still remembered the way. 538 of them did. California's wildlife director, Meghan Hertel, put it simply: salmon are the lifeblood of this ecosystem, and the governor called the returns a signal of what is possible when we restore nature with urgency and purpose. I love this story for a reason that goes past salmon, crew. It is proof that some of the damage we have done is not permanent. That sometimes, all a wounded place needs from us is for us to get out of its way. The fish knew the way home. We just had to open the door. That is the good news. I'm Naomi, and this is Pixel Politics.